Now we finna go into the devastation of the Indies, and I'm gonna have the brother. I'm gonna have the brother read this, right? And I'm gonna stand by him. And this is the account of what was going on when the Europeans and the Spaniards came over to the Americas. Okay, these are the records, eyewitness that was seeing what was going on, right? And we're gonna run through a few pages. Start at page 18, and we're gonna read about that.
Devastation of the Indians by Herman Griffith. It says, page 18. How many Indians died at Spanish hands? Question. Oh, okay, Slocky. The biological attack that accompanied and at the time preceded European penetration of the American shores and hinterlands constituted the single most component of an eventual European conquest of the Western Hemisphere. Pandemics not only killed millions of American Indians, they violated, overturned the social, psychological foundations of the native culture.
See that? Read that again.
It says pandemics not only killed millions of American Indians, they violently overturned the social and psychological foundations of the native culture.
What was their culture? Practicing the customs of Israel. Practicing that they was Israelites. Those plagues wiped so many of them out, killing them all, it overturned their culture. Okay? And them diseases came from the Europeans, and them Europeans put it on us, right? Meaning the Negroes put it on us, and he put it on the Latinos and Native Americans. All right? Go ahead.
Reading the book, Sparkly confronts one with the horrors that occupied the initial encounters between Europeans and American Indians. The power of evil emerges as act after act was described by an eyewitness. It says,
take your time.
Las Casas goes beyond describing events to deal metaphysically with evil. He gives living voice to the screech of God. I am a Spaniard, a Christian Spaniard. I must testify.
So-called. Hey, but we don't know. We don't know if he was an Israelite or not. We don't know. But them Spaniards, they weren't Christian. Okay? They were forcing that. They were forcing the philosophy of what you see today. God loves everybody. Bringing in that New World Order. Okay? That's what they were bringing in. Go down. We're in page 22 now.
It says, he does not hesitate, however, to condemn German adventurers in Venezuela who are tyrannized natives.
So, was the Germans tyrannized natives that was in Venezuela? That's Asher that was in Venezuela. Okay? When you look on the sign, the people that's in that's in Venezuela, that's Asher. So you had Germans, so-called white men, terrorizing the tribe of Asher. Okay?
It says after the wars and
what page on?
Page 41. After the wars and the killings had ended, when usually they survived only some boys, some women, and children, these survivors were distributed among the Christians to be slaves.
See, they became slaves. So were the natives in slavery too? Yes.
Right.
They got them first.
That's right.
Okay? And the first slaves didn't come out of Africa. They came out of Spain in 1517. Okay? And the Bocom came in the 1620. Go read that again.
It says, after the wars and the killings had ended, when usually there survived only some boys, some women, and children, these survivors were distributed among the Christians to be slaves.
Deuteronomy 28 and 32. Read what, now we're finna see if them curses fit the native. So these are the curses that was gonna happen to Israel if they went against the Heavenly Father. Let's see if them curses fit the native.
This Deuteronomy 28 and 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thy eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all day long.
Did not that happen to the Negroes too?
Yep.
That happened to the natives too. That's the history that they don't want you to know. Read it again.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thy eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long. And there shall be no might in thy hand.
There shall be no might in thy hand. Gonna be overthrown, man. You ain't gonna have no power to do nothing about it. Read what you got right there.
It says, still on page 41, the pretext was that these allocated Indians were to be instructed in the articles of Christian faith.
The articles of Christian faith. So that was basically for their culture, meaning studying the Bible and keeping the commandments. That Christian philosophy, what you see today, was going to be pushed on them. That's why you got so many Latinos and Native Americans in the Roman Catholic Church. Okay? Go ahead.
As if those Christians who were as a rule foolish and cruel and greedy and vicious could be caretakers of souls.
Mm-hmm. No, they were so cruel and vicious, so-called Christians, meaning them Spaniards, right? They can be caretakers of souls. Man, they were destroying the natives that was on this land, man. And it's prophesied in the Bible that they was going to go into slavery and their kids were going to be given to another nation. They couldn't do nothing about it. And we reading about it. Go ahead. In the history.
And the care they took was to send the men to the mines to dig for gold, which is intolerable labor, and to send the women into the fields.
To send the women into the fields, right? Now, were the women in slavery too? Yes. So you clinging to these so-called white people, they had your ancestors in slavery. And like I always say, if your ancestors could come back and stand beside you, right? And you sit there and tell your ancestors, the so-called white man is a man of God, they would probably slap you dizzy.
That's right.
For all the hell that they went through. All the way down from the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans.
Right.
Go ahead.
And to send the women into the fields of the big ranches to hoe and to till the land.
So that the women was tilling the ground amongst the natives. They were tilling the ground, farming, and the men were pushed into the mines. Okay? And they were dropping like flies, both of them. And the babies too. Because they had the babies, breastfeeding the babies, right? And they was, bro, he gonna read it. Go ahead.
It says, and send the women into the fields.
Look at him.
Into the big branches to hoe and to till the land. Work suitable for strong men.
Oh, read that again, slow down.
It says, and to send the women into the fields of the big ranches to hoe and till the land. Work suitable for strong men. Nor to either the men or the women did they give any food except herbs and legumes, things of little substance.
Things of little substance. Right?
It says,
watch what happened. Watch what happened.
The milk of the breast of the women with infants dried up.
Now you got to remember now, these women, the men are in the mines, and these women are farming, tilling the ground with their babies, holding them, right? Go ahead.
It says, the milk of the breast of the women with infants dried up, and thus in a short while the infants perish.
The infants perish. So they always talk about we gotta take care of the kids and do for the kids. Yeah. They don't care about the kids, man.
Right.
They don't care about the kids. That's all an illusion to deceive you. That's why they give your kids all about what, 50 shots when they born? What you think they giving them? Poison.
Yeah.
Autism.
Giving them autism.
That's a biological warfare on the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. But you don't see no uproar about that. They say the white man is God and they love him. Pure madness. You Negro, Latino, and Native American got Stockholm syndrome. Go ahead.
It says, and since men and women were separated, they could be no marital relations.
What?
It says, since men and women were separated, there could be no marital relations.
So they separated the family, right?
Right.
They separated the family. So did that happen to the Negro too? Yep. Same thing. Go ahead.
It says, and the men died in the mines, and the women died on the ranches from the same causes, exhaustion and hunger.
Exhaustion and hunger, man. Go ahead.
It says, and thus was depopulated that island which had been densely populated. I will speak only briefly on the heavy loads the Indians were made to carry, loads weighing 3 and 4 arrobas. Christian tyrants and captives had themselves carried in the hammocks borne by 2 Indians. This shows that they treated the Indians as beasts of burden.
They treated them as beasts, man. Go ahead.
But were I to describe all this and the bufferings and beatings of the birchings endured by the Indians at their labors, no amount.
They was getting beat, man. They was getting beat. So were they in hardcore bondage? Yeah. Go ahead.
No account of time and paper could encompass this task. And be it noted that the worst depredation on these islands in the New World began when tidings came of the dead of her most serene highness, Queen Isabel, which occurred in the year of 1504. Because up to that time, only a few provinces, only the islands of Hispaniola had been destroyed in unjust wars, but not the entire island. Since for the most part, the island was under royal protection of the Queen, and she made, God rest her, took admirable and zealous care of these people.
And we believe that she was a Negro. We believe that she was a Negro. Okay? Go ahead.
Done. Another rule should be noted. In all parts of the Indies, wherever they had landed or passed through, the Christians have always committed atrocities.
Now them Christians is known as Spaniards, okay? They the Spaniards. They not the Israelites, they the Spaniards.
God.
Okay, go ahead.
It says they have always committed atrocities against the Indians and have perpetuated the slaughters and tyrannies and abominable oppressions against innocent people that we have described, and have added worse and more cruel acts ever since God allowed most of them suddenly to fall into dishonor and opprobrium. The Spaniards passed over the Isles of San Juan and Jamaica, both of them veritable gardens and beehives of activity. In the year of 1509, with the aim and purpose of making these islands a part of Hispaniola. And of those islands, the Spaniards,
what page you on?
43, perpetuated.
Hold on, drop that.
Okay,
jump to, yeah.
All right, page, gonna drop that, jump to page 73.
Right.
It says they killed countless number of Indians in the course of shipbuilding.
Oh, so the Indians were building the ship. The natives were building the ship. Right? Israelites were building the ship. Go ahead.
It says they killed a countless number of Indians in the course of shipbuilding. They also took Indians aboard for voyages to the north and south along the coast.
So was the Indians was the natives on slave ships? That's right. They were going back and forth. So they'll say the natives were never on slave ships. It's a count that the natives was on slave ships with Negroes, and the Negroes were being counted, but the natives wasn't being counted. Okay? So were they actually going into bondage on ship? Shit, yeah.
It says the Indians had to carry anchors to the coast weighing 3 and 4 quintals. It says, and they marched thus shackled, thus naked creatures, one behind the other.
So they were being marched. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 48.
Deuteronomy 28 and 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemy, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
So look at that yoke of iron that we're reading about the natives. Continue, huh?
God. And it says, their hands clinging to the shoulders and wrists of the one in front, carrying heavy burdens on their backs. And I saw many Indians thus laden, struggling in anguish down the roads. The Spaniards broke up marriages.
Oh, the Spaniards broke up marriages. Matter of fact, give me Deuteronomy 28 and 41.
Deuteronomy 28 and 41. Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity.
There you go. Continue, huh?
And it says, the Spaniards broke up marriages, separating husbands and wives, robbed couples of their children, took from themselves the wives and daughters of the people, and gave them to the sailors and soldiers as constellations.
As constellations. So your wife, right, that you had was given to the enemy. Okay? I was looking for that, but that's 30. Go to 30.
30.
28 and 30. Deuteronomy 28 and 30.
Deuteronomy 28 and 30. Thou shalt betroth thy wife, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build a house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shalt not gather the grapes thereof.
So that right there telling you how the natives were tilling all the land, but when they were tilling that land, in other words, it was for the other nations. It wasn't for the natives, and they had the women doing it. Okay, and you had the men that was married to the women. Their wives were given to the Spaniards, and that's in the scripture. Read it again. Deuteronomy 28, 30.
Deuteronomy 28 and 30. Thou shalt betroth thy wife, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build a house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shalt not gather the grapes thereof.
There you go.
Took for themselves the wives and daughters of the people, or gave them to sailors and soldiers as constellations, and the sailors bore them away on the vessels, that they were crowded with Indians, all of them dying of hunger and thirst. And truth to say, if one wanted to tell about this in detail, or to describe all the cruelties perpetuated, it would make a big book.
It would make a big book
that would horrify the world.
So the things that went on with the natives, if they were to write everything down and put in a big book, it will horrify the world, man. So did they go through hellacious conditions? Same way the Negro went through hellacious conditions? Yeah. Does them curses fit them? Yeah. That's right. Give me that.
All right, yeah, man, them curses do fit us, man. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 15.
All right, let's Deuteronomy 28 and 15. For it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe and do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Come on, unpleasant things, man. Curses, right? Unpleasant things, man. They're gonna bring contempt upon themselves if they don't do all these laws and statutes and commandments. Go ahead. This will let you know who the nation of Israel is. These curses fall on the natives we just read, and the Negroes and the Negroes and that's scattered all through the earth, man. The Israelites, man. Go ahead.
All right, verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Said, cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field. Hey, anytime, any particular city you go to, man, the field is the world. Anywhere you go in this place, you can tell when you go to a black neighborhood.
That's right.
When you go to the black neighborhood, what you see? Bottles laying in the street, cigarette butts everywhere. You know the difference between, you see the liquor stores. When you pull up at a gas station, you see oil all on the damn pavement. You see bars on the window. You can tell the difference between their neighborhoods and our neighborhoods. When you go through our neighborhood, you see cars and shit up on damn jacks. Just right beside the road.
Parked up in the yard.
Parked all in the yard. Ain't no damn grass. You see nappy head ass kids running around with diapers on in the street.
Snotty nose.
There's a mama at the house and the kids way down the block.
You know when you come up in a black potholes everywhere. You know when you enter into any black neighborhood. That's a curse that's on us. Even when you go down into the when you go down to them places like Puerto Rico, when you go down into the West Indies, you know when you go to the slums, you know when you're in the rich neighborhood, even when you're in them other third world countries, you know when you go to the slums, man.
Right.
Go ahead.
It said, cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Go ahead.
Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store.
A basket in thy stores, the kneeling bowl, right? How you make your money. That's a curse on us, man. Why our bank accounts are empty, man? We don't have no accounts, man. Nope. We don't own storehouses. Our storehouses ain't full of goods, man. Anytime you see a Jake on the business, I guarantee you in a year that business gonna be gone.
1 month.
But Esau he'll open a business, it'll flourish 20 years. Moab will come over here and open a business, it'll flourish 35 years and get passed down. Right. But Jake opened up a business, it ain't gonna last long, man. That's a curse put onto him, man.
Well, it's been over 500 years and that condition's still going on.
Right.
And them nations come over here, and them nations come over here for a year or two, and they spring right up with no problem.
That's one of them curses. They'll go up above, though.
Hey, but like the brother was saying, he gonna finish that off. I got something.
We go through the curse. Go ahead. Everyone jump in.
Hold on. You did that curse. Now I wanna show you the benefits of what's gonna come to the nation of Israel. Right? Give me he mentioned them curses because we want to keep it balanced. You know what I'm saying? So you'll have hope. But this is what gonna happen when Israel get the kingdom. Give me 2nd Ezra 2 and 10.
2nd Ezra 2 and 10.
Read all the way down to 16.
2nd Ezra 2 and 10.
Done.
And it says, thus saith the Lord unto Ezra, tell my people that I will give them the kingdom of Jerusalem, which I have given unto Israel. Their glory also will I take unto me, and give these the everlasting tabernacles which I have prepared for them.
So you trying to make it on this side, and them curses hitting you, just know through the power of the Heavenly Father and His Son that this is the way out, coming back to this truth and getting delivered out of this wicked kingdom, so we can be raised up in our kingdom, and all the blessings will come upon us, the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, and all them other nations will be broken. Go ahead.
They shall have the tree of life for an ornament of sweet savor.
Meaning the knowledge and wisdom and understanding. They shall understand. Go ahead.
They shall neither labor nor be weary.
What?
They shall neither labor nor be weary.
So you talking about working? Read it again.
It says, they shall neither labor nor be weary.
Who talking about getting a job in the kingdom?
Not me. Not me.
Scriptures say we ain't gonna labor. Read that again.
God. It says, they shall have the tree of life for an ornament of sweet savor. They shall neither labor nor be weary.
But you can come here. You can take pictures of this sign. You can take pictures of this right here. Look, take pictures of that all day long. Come here, don't take out running. Take pictures of that right there. And you take that to your pastor and you tell him to read them scriptures. And you read them. Okay? Take pictures of that right there.
God. And it says, they shall have the tree of life for an ornament, and the ornament of sweet savor. They shall neither labor nor weary. So that scripture saying we're not going to work, we're not going to weary, we're not going to be tired like we are. Our people are always tired and beat down, man. Every time you see our people, every time you ask them what's going on with them, they always say, well, we tired, we beat down, right? That's because we in this captivity. So it says in the kingdom, we won't be weary no more. We won't be tired no more. And it says, go and ye shall receive, pray for a few days unto you that they may be shortened. So he's telling Ezra, pray that the days be shortened, right? And it says, the kingdom is already prepared for you. Watch, because the kingdom is already prepared. Spiritually, this thing is already went down. It's already prepared for us. We just waiting on YAHAWASHI to come back, right, and destroy these nations and uplift us up, right, and bring us back, and we in His own, you know. It says, go ye and receive, pray for a few days unto you, and that they may be shortened. The kingdom is already prepared for you. Take heaven and earth to witness, for I have broken the evil in pieces. So the Lord say He's broken the evil in pieces. How He gonna break the evil in pieces? Then thermonuclear destruction. That's how He gonna break the evil into pieces, man. And it says, take heaven and earth, verse 14, take heaven and earth to witness, for I have broken the evil into pieces and created good. For I live, said the Lord. Verse 15, mother, embrace thy children and bring them up with gladness. Make their feet as fast as a pillar. For I have chosen thee, said the Lord. He have chosen who? The nation of Israel. Right. That peculiar treasure, man. We that peculiar treasure that He's chosen. Deuteronomy 7:6. Verse 16, and those that be dead will I raise up again from the places and bring them out of the graves. For I have known my name in Israel.
Verse 26.
As for the servants whom I have given thee, there shall not one of them perish.
They in verse 26. It's still in the same chapter.
Verse 26. As for the servants whom I have given thee, there shall not one of them perish. For I will require them from among thy number. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance.
Right, go ahead.
The heathen shall envy thee. The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, said the Lord YAHAWASHI. It says, my hand shall cover thee, so that thou children shall not see hell.
Never go into captivity again. Right. You see? So that's the balance. You go back to Deuteronomy, you got it. So that's the balance in there. So it's hope, man.
All right, this is Deuteronomy 28 and 43. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go. Okay,
28, 16, where it says,
Okay. Deuteronomy 28 and 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
You said what that was. Everywhere you go, you know where the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you know they neighborhoods. Everywhere you go, they all ran down. They ain't don't look like the suburbs. Go ahead.
Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store.
Our bank accounts are always empty. Every time you go to the teller machine, you ain't got but a few dollars left. Ain't no black people walking around with millions of dollars. Only a few. The ones who didn't deal with Esau now.
Meaning the nation. Meaning as a nation.
As a nation, we don't own nothing. We don't have money. Go ahead.
Not as individuals, as a nation. As a nation of Israel. In the kingdom, we will have all the riches, more abundance, more than you can ever think of. It's going to overflow with riches.
Curse shall be the fruit of thy body and the fruit of thy land.
God said, curse shall be the fruit of thy body, your kids, right? Go ahead.
It's the increase of thy kind and the flocks of thy sheep.
We don't own cattle, right? We don't own vineyards. We don't own it as a nation, man.
Other world resources.
Kind of resources, man. Natural resources, man.
That's right.
Curse
shall thou be when thou comest in, and curse shall thou be when thou goest out.
Curse shall thou be when thou comest in, and curse shall thou be when thou comest out. Like we was just explaining a few minutes ago, when a baby is born, it's a curse unto him, because what? They gonna take him in the back and they gonna shoot all them needles in him. They gonna shoot and they gonna give babies autism. They shoot mercury into him, man. So it's a curse when you being born.
Yeah, to rot out their teeth. That's why they gotta get silver teeth in their mouth.
Yeah, come. And curse shall I be when I go out. When you die, they don't even let you die the right way.
And you gonna die, you gonna come in broke and leave broke.
And then when you die, it's gonna cost somebody else a fortune.
That's right.
When you just should be wrapped in linen and put in the ground before the sun go down. They keep your body out 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's taking the cuffs out to the Egyptians, man.
Done.
You know?
We're putting embalming fluid in them.
Yeah, putting
all that
embalming fluid.
And taking out their organs and all that. That's right there. Because truly embalming, you deal with herbs and things of that nature. Them Egyptians used to do that magic, and that's what Esau get it from. Autopsy and taking the stuff out, taking the organs out and selling them and all that magic. Go ahead.
The Lord shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke, and all that thou settest thy hand unto for to do.
Come. That vexation, that's anguish, man. Trembling and anguish, you know. Pains and suffering. Go ahead.
And all that thou settest thy hand unto for to do, until thou be treated over. The Lord shall send upon thee cursing, vexation,
okay, He's gonna send on you pains, right, and sufferings, right? Go ahead. And what?
And rebuke.
And rebuke and correction. Go ahead.
And all that thou settest thy hand unto for to do.
Gone. So nothing you do is gonna prosper, man, because you're under these curses. As long as you're in this country as a nation, man, we ain't gonna be on top.
Yeah, and they think prosperity when you got $2 million. Nah, prosperity is when you own a country and all the natural resources in it.